yeah, so I wanted to kind of go through this and just go through it. I'm gonna actually probably go through it in visual code to make it a little easier for me. Let me see here. Well, okay, and here, nope, here. All right, so this is visual code. So we'll just go up here and I can kind of show you where we're going or what I did. So basically, I just copied all the questions and put them in here as notes, but I console.logged it because I thought we were going to be going to the console and looking at it through the browser. So anyway, and I did that so you could see it both ways. Anyway, it's all uploaded to GitHub as well, but I'm just going to walk through what I did here, and so it goes through. We were doing this one was basically for an array. So we had to make an array and then basically do some we say counting of the array, and then I added in another number to the array, and basically did the same thing. And so we console.log the result again. And then we had let's see here. Oh yeah, okay. So we needed to get the sum, to get the average of what the sum of the ages were. And then it did that, and it did it correctly. Everything came out correctly. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I guess I don't know if I should do this. Maybe I need to do this here. And then can I share another screen? New sharing. I don't know. Can I do that? Is that possible? Okay, cool. I think did I do that right? Okay. We're gonna go here. Nope. That one's gonna go. We're gonna go here. Okay, yeah. So here. So this is probably a little better. All right. So this is on, what happened from the console. Anyway, but you can see, this is why I put it in notes. So I put all the notes, and then as we come in, I put a note in there that's just demonstrated the code. And so we did that, and that worked as well. So yeah, so let's see, came out with the average. Let's see, create an array names in the following values, blah, blah, blah. I think this is, we actually had to count the strings and concatenate it. So I did this to bring the concatenation in. And then basically, well, almost did the same thing as before, but added the concatenation to it. So we still had to, I think we had to do so we do this and then this one. Yeah, we had to do a for loop on this one. So yeah, so we ended up having to do a loop with it and concatenating it. So it would print out, let's see, I think, yeah, so it would print out with the spaces the names were. So we did that. That was pretty easy. Well, kind of. Actually, this project was very, very hard for me. It was very difficult. It was really good, but it was very difficult. Let's see, this one, name links. Yeah, so this is basically just demonstrating what each of the characters were in the names, and you can see it adds it all up in here. Let's see, another loop to what we did here. Yeah, so instead of here, I had sum up here, and I just put a new sum. So I just let new sum equal 0. And then basically created the for loop, and then had the console.log the new sum, and then demonstrated that it was working. So yeah, because I had my old sum, but I didn't redirect it or redeclare it, and so I just put a whole new one in there. So it's probably not necessary, but I did it just so, because my number kept coming off. So I fixed that. Let's see here. Yeah, here's the one where we actually concatenated here. Is hello, hello, hello. That all worked well. Let's see. It's taken a long time, to be honest. It's taken a lot of, man, this, thank God for Google and all the tools we have online, because it's not a piece of cake. This one was a pretty easy one, but since we've done quite a bit of, was just the full name. So we did that, and you can see it worked. So that was good. Let's see, we have an array here. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay, return so okay, yeah. So this is basically saying that if the combination of these array is greater than 100, then we return that. And I believe it returns true, right? Yep. So yep. So anyway, that's what we did there. Let's see. Okay, here's the average. And this one too, I didn't really know if we're just putting our own in there. So I think I just did my own. Um, so I created an array up here, and then I created a new function that handled and took in the parameter of the array, our numbers. And then basically what it did was create a sum with a for loop, and then added it all together, and then divided the sum by the length. Um, and the total of the length, how many are in there. And so that gave us our average of what the average 12.5 was the average of all these numbers put together. That 12.5 was the actual average. So anyway, that looks correct if you're looking at it. Let's see, write a function that takes two arrays. I'm gonna skip down here. So yeah, this one was pretty cool. Let array one, let array two. That's kind of how I did it. I don't know if it was wanting again for us to use arrays that were already created or just make new ones. So I just made new ones. And again, a new function. And so yeah, so we basically did the same thing as we were doing before, but now we're doing it twice, and then returning the array average if array one was greater than array two. And again, I think that comes back as so it would come back at true if it was greater, but it was not, so it's false. So that's, and I don't, again, I think that's how we set that up. So okay. All right, so this one was a pretty fun one. Write a function called we'll buy a drink that takes a Boolean, it's hot outside, which is basically true or false, and a number, money in pocket, which needs to be greater than 1050. Okay, so basically, and this is what we did, is we created a function, and we have our parameters is hot outside and money in pocket. And then we created the condition for the function to operate. So if is hot outside is equal to true, and money in pocket is greater than 1050, then return true, else return false. And then constant.log, blah, blah, blah. I put in here as true because it is freaking hot outside, and I get $12, which is what it seems like sometimes. Just kidding. Yeah, so demonstrated code true. Okay, so I hope that's what they were looking for, but that's what I did. Function of your own that solves a problem. Write that function. Okay. Oh yeah. So this is it's kind of a big one, but it was really fun job. Fun for me to do. Took me a little bit of searching to figure out how I could do a couple things, but it was really cool. So I'm a contractor. I own my own roofing company, and I've been learning and coding just because it's not always great in contracting, but this year thankfully is, but it's really busy, and so it's made this tougher. So anyway, but getting through it, really want to get good at this stuff. So anyway, let callers available. So this is about shingle callers from a roofing contractor, but anyway, it says let callers available equal, and then here's the array: is teak, driftwood, charcoal, stake gray. These are the options that are these are the callers that are in this array. And then shingle square count in stock is 100. I'd like to get to a point where I can work it where, maybe this color has this and this color has this color has this much. But for now, I just put shingle in stock at 100 squares, what it should have been. Money for roof is 35,000. This is the money that's in their pocket. Okay, so here's the actual function. It's my roofing function. And so it takes 3 parameters: shingle color, shingle squares needed, how many squares, and price. And so then I just put an if statement here, conditional, so colors available, includes shingle color. So whatever the shingle color choice is that we're going to put in the parameter when we call the function, if it's in the array, if it's in here, it'll process through and continue to do the if it returns true, then that's what's going to happen. It'll go here and it'll return this statement. Anyway, so what happens is and then the shingle squares needed, if again we have to put this, and we put this down here, 50 squares needed, and I put up here there was 100 in stock. And then the price is right. If the shingle squares are talking, then the price is less than money for roof. So I put 25,000, we have 35,000. So, and as long as all those 3, and I put here color and all come back as true, then it will return the color is available. We have enough shingles in stock. The price is right. So let's get started. Okay. And then else return, we need to wait until we have everything we need. And console.log, blah, 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 and I put that in there and demonstrated code. And this is what it came back with. The color is available. We have enough shingles in stock. That's what we have. Okay. Then I put one more run with a different color choice, one that's not in the array. And you can see here, I called the function again. I put white, and the demonstrated code is we need to wait until we have everything we need. So, and again, I chose to do this because I am a contractor and I'd love to produce some intelligent apps someday. So I think it'd be really cool. So I hope that's what you're looking for. Anyway, that was definitely not an easy assignment. Very, 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 very difficult. And I'm thankful that we have all the tools online, because not easy, not an easy task at all, but it was fun. So hopefully I'll catch up here, and hopefully this is a passing grade for you. Thanks so much.